The choice to stay soft. A story about quiet courage, emotional integrity, and remaining open in a world that rewards hardness. The world will teach you to harden, to protect, to guard yourself with silence, performance, or steel. But there is another path, and the bravest ones don't take it because it's easy. They take it because they remember who they were before the world asked them to forget. You weren't born with walls. You didn't come here hiding. You came open, reaching, feeling, ready to touch and be touched by words, by wonder, by love. But somewhere along the way, the world taught you that being soft was dangerous. Maybe it was a harsh word when you cried too loudly. Maybe it was love that left without explanation. Maybe it was the day your truth was met with laughter. And so, you folded, you'd learned. Don't be too sensitive. Don't need too much. Don't let them see you bleed. That you covered your softness with armor, with sharpness, sarcasm, perfectionism, performance, numbness. You became skilled at surviving in a world that didn't know how to hold you. And for a while, it worked. You didn't get hurt as often. You didn't cry as easily. You didn't trust anyone enough to be disappointed. But you also didn't feel as deeply. You didn't laugh from your belly. You didn't look at people with the same wonder. You started calling numbness peace. But no one tells you the price of building walls around your heart. No one tells you that when you shut out pain, you shut out joy. That when you stop feeling sorrow, you dull the capacity for awe. That when you build a fortress to stay safe, you also end up alone. And eventually you realize you've been protecting yourself from life itself. And so the question finds you. Now that you've learned to be untouchable, do you want to stay that way? One day you're given a choice, not a loud, dramatic moment, but something subtle. A conversation that touches an old wound, a chance to apologize first, an invitation to say how you really feel, a person you care about who needs to see you real, not polished, and something inside of you whispers, this is where you could close, or you could stay soft. And you choose it, not because it's safe, not because you're naive, not because you want to be hurt, but because something in you still believes that love is worth the risk, that tenderness is not weakness, that vulnerability is not immaturity, that softness is strength. You begin to open again, slowly. You speak more truthfully. You love more gently. You listen more fully. You let people hold you, not just see you. You stop trying to prove how unbothered you are. You start allowing yourself to be moved again by beauty, by poetry, by kindness, by grief, because you finally understand feeling it all is not a failure. It's the way back to your aliveness. So now I ask you, where did the world teach you to harden? And what part of you is still brave enough to soften again? If this story met you where you've been hiding, let it hold you. Like, comment, subscribe. Not because we're looking for applause, but because we're remembering together. That softness isn't something you grow out of. It's something you fight to return to. Not because it's easy, but because it's sacred. And that makes you strong in the only way that matters.